Hi, I'm Laura Crapo. I gotta get some more Fairwind Bulb blue green paint to patch that. Um, right here. Anyway, so today I'm gonna do a reading on Madonna. I think I've done one before, like a long time ago, but have another go at it. And okay, what's going on here? It's my tape. There's my tape player. Anyway, I gotta move this table. It's like a massive 4-foot glass, heavy glass space age dining set, which is cool, but in this small room, it's like overwhelming. Okay, so here I go with my Madonna reading. All right. Also, if you guys want to, I turned off the comments because I need reading glasses. So, and it's also easier for me to do psychic readings without my third eye blockers on, and I mean, I can do it, but it's just easier. So I'm open to your comments, but send them by email, which is in my bio. It'd be really cool if you were one of the like foundational subscribers who got me to 1,000 or 1,001. That'd be amazing, because then I would earn some advertising income from my channel, and it would be more fun. Because then I could be like, oh my god, this cereal is for my subscribers. So feel free to press subscribe freely and often. Whatever. All right, here we go. Madonna. Is she yeah, I know people who have uh, own stuff or whatever, their catalog of music, but they can be responsible planners. So I feel like she's considering her will and things like that, which is normal. Everyone should have a will, no matter your age. If you have something like your Hot Wheels collection or whatever, it's good to I don't want to get dark there. It's just responsible. So I'm gonna look at why that came up. I feel like she's not into hands-on like giving, or I don't know why it's hard. It's just it's funny like interference trying to read this stuff, but let's say you started a charity or something like that, and wait a minute. It's oh my gosh, next time I'm gonna push this table back so I can sit up straight. um the When I see, let's say she has a foundation or whatever, I kind of see her wanting to show up for the ribbon cutting, or little moments, but not there all the time. Not, she's not like Jimmy Carter, building houses and stuff, but she gives, but in I don't know, she likes the arts more, galleries, or things that I feel like she gives to stuff that she enjoys going to anyway, um and the amount of showing up feels like these little light dots on a timeline, rather than going all in and getting your hands dirty with helping out or whatever. So this is tying in with the making the will and stuff, and allocating funds and things like that. someone is, like, using a nail gun and then finishing with a hammer across the street. I guess because like, the construction holidays is it on now? Wait a minute. July. Yeah. Anyway, whatever, I'm confused. No, it's, like, we're in June. Um, so, yeah, like, here in Quebec, like, people hustle to, like, get their construction done because like, there's 2 weeks that is, like, no construction allowed so that people in that industry can actually have a vacation with their family, which is admirable. But, anyway, so the fever for building is on right now. Um, and I'm here in the country. Anyway, so Madonna. There's a lot of interference, like, my face is all itchy and, like, it's so from this, I get that she is into she has a spiritual life in which she, like, asks for, like, protection of a certain amount, like, privacy or whatever. But it feels like she has, like, a few, um, people who work who are spiritually adept who are, like work for her to, like, do maintenance, stuff like that. 'Cause I can pick up on them. Okay. Um, yeah, so it's about, like, you know, making pathways for other people or artists and making these avenues that are feel like sort of clean paved roads into the future. And I feel like she's like walking down this road too. Like she likes the gala aspect of giving too. Like no surprise there, but like I'm just telling you what I see. Like I feel like now in her life, like when she meets people, let's say like a handsome, enchanting man or who's, like, hot right now, like Hansel, like, it just doesn't hit the same, now, and she's more like she'll let this sort of the arc of behavior, like, complete the picture instead of just riding the high wave, uh, like, she's a more she's wiser now, and I feel like her attention is more on, like, giving younger people opportunities rather than, like, uh, being with, like, the hot person the new, like, hot, intelligent, culturally relevant person, like, it's less seeing herself more like the queen of her domain who, like, can afford to be generous and is, like, now focusing on, like being generous to younger people, like kids, like even starting at like 8 years old to like whether it's donating to some kind of arts, like like yeah. Anyway, like starting early with a career. This chair is like right against the wall, so it's like it's vinyl, so it's like anyway. All right, but, I feel like she, to some degree, likes to support environmental stuff, like, I'm getting, like, seashells and, like, sort of shoreline, like, I'm not getting, like, deep sea concerns, it's, like, beach health and, like, the stuff you'd see on a beach. like turtles, like stuff like that that like beach dwelling, ocean related. Uh, all right. You're not gonna see her out on like some trawler, like saying hi to a whale. Let's say, you know what I mean? Okay, the nail again. Okay. So maybe you guys can't even hear that, but okay, Madonna, back to Madonna. I feel like she has had like I get the word producer, like some female friend or friend, coworker, blurry line there, like um employee who's been helping for a long time, but they're why is my face so itchy right now? Uh the there's something like where she sort of feels this sort of Judas-y betrayal aspect. Um okay, I gotta like scratch my face. It's like too itchy. Okay. Um okay, who's this? What's going on here? It's like, why did you do that? Like, I'm getting that. I feel like, like where I feel like Madonna can just turn a golden tap and like money flows out of it, right? Because people that work for her don't have that same perspective on life. And so it feels like this person that works for her feels more rigid and like conservative in terms of not not how conservative is used today. But like conserving, like almost like hoarding, like in a negative, fearful fashion, wanting to hold on to like stability. I guess like if someone were like living in LA right now, like that's somewhat understandable because like it's so crazy there right now. Like I had years ago, I made a video about it, like where I saw like the flat part of LA kind of like earthquake style, like kind of cracking and be having like uh, you know, things falling at a kind of 45 or ish angle. But like the mountain areas being like staying the same, but it's like there's a lot of chaos right now there, obviously. So, um, but like in Madonna's view, she's more just like you know, sort of multi-country, kind of like what flowing through life kind of thing. Whereas this person that works for her is very much affected by like the nuts and bolts of life and like her one house or something like that. So like a decision was made that like I feel like with a couple other people that work for her, like that she feels like doesn't represent her well, and it's like, why did you do that? Like, but I feel like Madonna has a hard time finding like good people to work with, and like there's some trust issues, so she might not want to like start fresh. She might want to just like have it out with the person that didn't do a good job. I would like with the advice I pick up is like she could like replace that person with someone like much younger who has a sort of natural um ability to understand the media today and like how like the internet and all the like I have 3 kids who know better what's going on than I do or how to, you know what I mean? So like why wouldn't you hire someone who's like, has a great understanding of how that works. Because a lot of things are like aging out, like old processes. Uh, I mean, I'm kind of the school of like during any kind of period of turmoil, there was always someone in a cabin writing poetry that like lasts forever. So you don't need to be always like on the new wave or whatever. But like when George Orwell wrote 1984, wasn't he like locked in some cabin in Scotland or something, and with the illness, just like and like while turmoil was going on in the world and stuff. Um, all right. But in terms of Madonna, like I feel like she could hire someone like really young, like a teenager age who can just like do 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 like click clack enter, like make something work the way she wants it to. And then I also feel like she could hire some sort of beauty advisor that is like also under 20, and it would like be what she wants. Just putting it out there. Because like sometimes if a relationship isn't working, like it isn't working, like you know uh the writing's on the wall kind of. Anyway, maybe she, because of how she was raised or whatever, like she may have like issues around overgiving or sitting in something that's toxic too long, putting up with like BS and betrayal and etc. But now that she's more mature, it might be a good time to just like embrace that side of her that's really like free and expressive, and allow that same behavior to like be how she runs her business, like going with the flow and going where like there's life and possible open stuff. Okay. I know she's originally from Michigan. Uh, my ancestry's from there, partly from there too. The thumb area, um, and Detroit, whatever. And the I'm getting like her being in Michigan for a second. Wait. Again, it feels like I don't know if she already has this or she would start this, but I see her like animatedly and happily talking to like younger people and like nurturing their artistic goals. Maybe maybe it's just a lecture, or maybe she's starting like a center that would like a community center where people can come and record or like get together and like support each other artistically. That'd be really cool if that doesn't already exist. Like, it seems like it would really help a lot of people and just bring this sense of joy that might be lacking right now. And that because like that area, like Flint, etc., has had a hard time. Um, and like when there isn't enough resources and opportunities, like it kind of people feel like they're that inequality and like are more likely to be unhappy with each other. And so by creating like these community centers, and I mean, like I grew up in the 70s and mostly in Toronto, and there was like it was very like I went to like a French private school at first, but it was like 5 hours of homework and it was like too much. And then I went to junior high, like in public schools, like very different. And but it was cool because everyone had access to all the same stuff, and there was, like, tons of instruments and, like, just they were teaching shop and, like, home ec, and we were, like, cooking and sewing, like, it's just really giving you, like, a lot of life skills and hammering in, like, CPR, like, just cr it was, like maybe it was, like, an exceptional public school, Deer Park, but, anyway, there was I felt like everyone there had the same amount of opportunity to get do a lot of artistic or learn a lot of skills aside from academics. So, like, if there were community centers like that, if it wasn't part of the school program where people could just, like, learn to cook or learn to play music together with, like, borrowed instruments, whatever, like, it's that kind of vibe where she's coming in and is it is it Saginaw or it's, like, anyway, around the thumb area. I feel like this really joyful conversation she's having with, like it feels like a 17-year-old guy who's, like, very, good at life, like, music and just, like, wanting to have a good life, and, like, she's kind of, helping that happen with, her visit there and, like, just, like, see what the brick and mortar is on the I don't know, does she, like, give to, like, housing grants or, like, 'cause, like, having a stable home, it helps people relax enough to be able to, like, make art and stuff, so, it feels like partly like that. So, maybe it's like a grant system rather than, like, a community center, but, like, I do recommend anybody who even just wants to make a community center out of, like, a house in the neighborhood on the block, like, it's like a place where people can gather and, like, crochet or cook or what just, get to know each other. Um, like, communal babysitting, like, whatever the neighborhood needs, like, that'd be a good idea. Alright, so back to Madonna. I feel like she has, like, strong political opinions, but let me see how what that's all about. Like, it comes off like 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 a lightsaber, but, like, that isn't moving around. So it's like a pointed, like which makes me feel like she's angry about it or, you know, defiant. I don't know what the right word is there, but outspoken. I mean, anyone right now, anyone, everyone should have an opinion about what's going on right now. Um, I feel like she would have been a good if she wasn't like a pop star, she would have been a good like spy because she's good at like confidently going up to someone in power and like sweet talking them, you know, it's that kind of thing. Like I feel like her method for making a difference can also be in a cocktail party setting where she's attractively and like charmingly saying like, "Well, have you thought about this?" Uh, doing this differently, and because she has some power, uh, people listen to her. I feel like if she owns property in LA, what other place is she? Um, I feel like she's like, because she's like a tough cookie. She has the she might her opinion might be like, I'm just gonna ride out this storm. Like, let's say if she owned something and it wasn't in the fire, um, or if she owned property, like, I feel like she's gonna just ride out the storm and, like, yeah, what else is new? Kinda like she's been through a lot of turmoil in her life, and, she's, like, a brave kind of person. Um, she grew up in winters and stuff, so she knows, like she knows, it's only a matter of time till summer comes around, so, like, that kinda thing. Okay, madonna. Yeah, I just feel like she, like, flies on sherbet or whatever. Like, I feel like she attracts a lot of people who, like, want stuff from her, and I feel like there's, like, a few people like that are kind of just in her regular social life, whether it's family or just, like, some long-term sort of fun friends. Like, I feel like they can be toxic in her life too. So I'm just trying to see, like, how can what could she do to, like, things go better for her? I don't know, like, I'm getting, like, Palm Springs, like, on a high hill, like, you know how, like, in Palm Springs, some of the like, Bob Hope or, like, people like that, like, he had that nice Saarinen house, was it Saarinen? Anyway, like, someone who made the house with the big circle where the light goes through. Um, I'll be mad if I got the architect wrong. Anyway, so that type of place where the hangers on, like, Palm Springs is too far or they don't have, like, a place to stay there, like, it'd be hard, like, it's like, more like Merlin's fabulous hideaway kinda thing. I kinda like I visited Palm Springs, um, I'm, like, a sucker for hot springs and in any kinda fashion, and, like like, I love it, but, like, it's, it's in the States. I don't know what to say, but, like, it's cool. I liked it. I'm not obviously, I've grown up in winter, so it's not, like, a no-brainer for me to move to the desert, but, having the hot springs there, like, kinda makes it less tense, I guess. Um, anyway, like, it's cool, and, like, it's far enough from LA that, it's not, like, in that kinda scene, like, pick up and go to the hot new restaurant or whatever. Okay, I wanna look at her creative projects coming up. I feel like sh I f like, some of her projects before have been kinda, like, really empowered, like, I have the I have her book, the one that was it called Sex or whatever? Um, I have a copy of that, and, like, it's, like, super empowered, and then but I feel like she might write a book about, like, some of the like, sadder, more complex moments because, like, it's also brave to talk about my hair is really giving, that country the country mom who had the daughter who also sang. I was tr anyway, I'm not gonna look. So she okay. So, like, it's either, like, a documentary, like, where people talk about it, or she's writing it down, or both. But, like I was saying, it's, like, brave to be vulnerable. It's fearless and brave to be vulnerable and, like, know thyself and, like, become wiser, uh, and embrace that, like, that broken person and, like, love them back to health or whatever, like, so I kinda see a project like that being really good for her and also, like, because she can come off like she has a hard exterior and, like, there's a lot of power and vulnerability. It's like Bruce Lee says, like, "Be like water," you know? Like, you're okay with whatever the truth is, and, and you're just, like, kinda in the matrix, like, everything suspended and ob observational or whatever like that. Like, yeah, so, like, her embracing the power of vulnerability, I feel like she would be either she's doing it now or she could do it and it would be good, and it wouldn't come off like like like, how, like, Meghan Markle loves to talk about her feelings, but it comes off, like, weirdly insincere or, um, manipulative. Uh, I feel like Madonna would be very genuine and enjoy the process of, working with that personal information of hers. Okay, just like what else? Fashion. I'm gonna look at fashion. um, I pick up like was it who is it like? Is it Jean Paul Gaultier? There's some, I think he was like a defining designer for her, but I'm picking up something else. Like if she, just like how that those outfits were like body armor and like aggressive looking, like it's kind of like that same sort of defensive, like like you know, I'm ready to fight kind of clothing. So I feel like her fashion, if she were to like really explore her vulnerability with like a joyful rigor, like intellectual rigor, like she would also her clothing would then reflect that too. And it might be like, how like a lot of clothing nowadays can be like kind of like figure skating outfits where it's like a mesh with like crystals or but like stuff like that. So it could be like very like here I am, but like enough coverage that it's not just like nude or whatever, but it's like a similar diaphanous kind of yeah. I just want to look at like just in her beauty choices. I'm gonna look at. I think if she did, maybe she already has a place there. But like let's say she was living in Palm Springs, like kind of how like they watch Pamela Anderson like sometimes goes to venues like without makeup or very little makeup or whatever. Um, I feel like in the desert in Palm Springs, like she might like kind of I don't know, like be healed by the earth or whatever, like and just kind of like even though she's aging, like it would somehow like make it perfect. Like how like some like old gurus like still have like a vibe of like a 17-year-old, but they're like whatever 115 or whatever. Like it's that kind of thing where it's just like it all just kind of comes together perfectly for her. So it could be like a really cool, transformative. Where's the camera? I'm like, I'm like looking. I'm looking at my double cassette player instead of the camera. Sorry, but anyway, um, it could be like a really wonderful, transformative, open-hearted chapter of her life, should she choose to accept. Or maybe she's already doing that. Anyway, that's my Madonna reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have anything to say about it, email me. Um, I'll probably like update the information box after the video. Uh, but like I have a website, lauracrapo.com, and you can see my music and my movies and my music videos that I used to direct under the name Laura Borealis, and like for Sebadoh Ocean and like stuff like that. And might have a healing page with testimonials, and sometimes I will do distance healings and readings for people. So feel free to comment about your thoughts, or like who I should do a reading on next. I'm open to that. And whatever. I'm spacing out now. All right. Well, I'm gonna put on my glasses so I can find the right button to end the video. And thank you for tuning in.